In this video, we'll see the classification of charts. That is a elevated chart, a modest chart, or a not so elevated chart. For convenience sake, we can say A grade, B grade, or C grade. Recently, there was a query from one of my students that when he was referring a text to find out the combinations for different professions. There it was written for Saturn and Mars combination, it's a uniformed service in a fairy sign. It could be army service or police service. Now his question was that from the chart, how to find out this person belongs to a higher rank or a middle rank or lower rank. For example, in a police service, you find constable also, a station house officer, and IPS rank police commissioner. But without knowing the background of the chart, all the three people have the same similar combinations, either at planetary level or nakshatra level. But without knowing the person, how to find out this chart belongs to a police commissioner or a station house officer or a constable. How to grade the chart, how to pinpoint, that was his question. Yeah, it's a very sensible question. But what are the methods to find out? You see, if somebody is holding a good position in the present Janma, because of his previous Janma, good karmas or good deeds, that vasanas are carried out into this present birth. Because of that only, he is holding a high position in the present birth. So that connected to the previous Janma, connected to the houses 159 basically. Of course, the Kendras and Konas. So for that, the chart should be strong. Lagna should be strong. Moon should be strong. And Lagna and having Lagna and Moon having 1-5 connections or 1-4-7-2 connections with benefic aspects and without malefic connections, without malefic aspects. And good yogas should have been formed. And that Shadbala, need to have a good Shadbala of all the planets, basically. Particularly the benefic planets, natural benefic planets should have good Shadbala. And when you look at the Dasa Bhukti, during the period of education, planet having good strength, that should operate during the period of education, at least during primary education and higher education. So eventually they will come out with flying colors in education. That will take entry level itself, they will join at a good cadre. So eventually they will be promoted over the year, they will become high grade officers. This is for a elevated chart basically. And moreover, if for example Saturn and Mars combination, that should be connected, basically that should be connected to 6, 10, 11 professional related houses. And those Dasa period also should operate during that period of profession. All these parameters we need to check before telling it's an elevated chart. But when it comes to, and moreover, at least you need to have 2 or 3, minimum 2 exalted planets in the chart. Okay, that could be any benefic or malefic, that's not an issue. At least I need to have 2 exalted planets or in Mulatirikota analysis and no debilitation. And even if retrograde, no issues. Retrograde, even that benefic should not be a retrograde, at least malefic can be a retrograde. So these are the parameters we can look into it to see whether it's an elevated chart or not. And with the elevated chart and this combination, certainly we can say this guy is an IPS officer or holding a high rank. When it comes to modest chart, the same basically, but of course we may not be having any exalted planets. At least the planet should be in his own house. The same rule applies. You need to have good benefic aspects and no malefic aspects. It's a mixture of both. But when it comes to this low C grade of charts where you will find the benefics are in Dusthanas, the malefics are connected to good houses. That is 159. So that what I am telling is natural benefic, natural malefic. I am not talking about functional benefic and all. This everything I am talking about in D1 chart, Rasi chart. Then we need to see the Navamsa. We need to do a lot of exercise for this. Not that easy. We need to do a lot of exercise. We need to say D9 chart, then particular respective Dasamsa chart also, if you are doing in a Parasara way. If you are doing a KP system, that is totally different. You have to look at the sublord and their associations. But the Karakatvas remains the same. So that one only we can say the classification of charts. Particularly for the low level or C grade charts, you will find a lot of 6-8-12 connections, basically 6-8-12 connections. The same combination only, Saturn and Mars combination, you will find it. But actually, that even the Dasa period may not be suitable. During the period of education, they may not be operating a good Dasa period. So that would have brought down the education level also. So that way we need to see, when you dig the chart, in depth manner, you can find out whether it's an elevated chart or not so elevated chart or a modest chart. That way you can find out. So please look into a chart, but not only for this combination, for any profession, that respective combination, the method is same to find out whether he is holding a high position wherever they are, or in a modest position, or he will join at middle level and retire at middle level. So that way, perhaps they may not be having good yogas or not formed, because we need to have good yogas in the chart. Then only you can say this native will reach the ladder step by step. So thank you. So if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe.